There are 6 basic types of personalities described by Buddha. The first one is greedy personality. We call it the greedy temperament. So now you have to reflect on yourself. Yeah, don't look at me. You have to think what type of a personality I am. Whether I am willing to give. Am I a generous person? Am I a greedy person? It doesn't only mean, greed doesn't only mean that you are stingy. It also means whether, to what extent do you have lust within you. This is one of the major problems. Not the problem, one of the major tendencies. Everything is a problem, but you have to reflect this Dhamma towards, go inside and see what kind of person I am. What is the next type of personality trait we are talking about? Yes, angry. Angry personality. What is another word for anger? Hatred. Hatred, temperament. So those people who are going through anger all the time, those who are interested in getting rid of their anger, they come for meditation retreats. Their major problem is not getting enlightened or, they just want to find solutions for their anger. So those people first come for meditation, then second goes for counseling. Yes, because sometimes meditation cannot directly help with their anger. They get more angry. Monks get more angry. Even this evening I was talking with another monk, why monks get angry, during dana time. A lot of people do. Today there was a person who was going to serve ice cream onto the plate. So don't we get angry? So I was asking, you should be serving this to a dessert ball or a proper cup. There's a saying, we don't have to be angry if the other person is not being stupid, Yes, like that. So if you are an angry personality, that's another personality trait described by Buddha. What is the third one? Now, when you say lazy and who doesn't put enough energy, that is common to all. You are taking a point out of the 5 hindrances, Tina Midda. That's common to all of us. When you start practicing, although, nobody puts enough effort, or you will not balance it in the initial stages of your practice. Deluded personality. Deluded. What does it mean, deluded? That you are ignorant. Now, how do you know you are ignorant? How do you know that you are deluded?
Give yourself false impression.
I think the people who are deluded are the people who think they are wise, Yeah. Who thinks that they know everything. Who thinks, I know the solution for this. And those are the people, the ones who are... I'm not saying, if Buddha comes here and say, I know the way, we should not say you are deluded. But if once people say, I know the way, but through his behavior and the way he teaches or whatever he does, if he's not showing signs that he's not a balanced person, that means he's a deluded kind of a personality. And what is the fourth one? Now you can guess. When I started from greed, then the second anybody can guess, okay, it should be anger or hatred. And when I said hatred, you can guess, okay, it might be delusion or ignorance. Now after that, can anybody guess? Pride comes at the very end. Actually, there's another classification given. Conceit, ego, pride is another personality trait, but it doesn't belong to the 6 that I'm going to say. Mana is also there. The pride and mana is equivalent. But mana fits into the greedy personality. Or even the delusional personality. No. Faithful. People have enormous faith. People have enormous shraddha. When you have too much shraddha, what is the other thing that goes down? Wisdom goes down. So you need to balance wisdom and your shraddha. When wisdom goes up, what's the problem with that? Then again, the problem will come, I know everything. Yes, yeah, no effort, but only your knowledge, then you become cunning. Okay, what's the next one? So now you do not, now while you are listening, you have to put these things into yourself. What kind of a person I am? These 6 can be combined, you know. The ideal combinations would be a faithful person and a greedy person together. I mean, greed aspect and the faithful aspect. Things like that. These comes in combinations. So find the type for yourself. Usually when we give meditation techniques, people come individually and come and talk to us. My problem is like this, I've been like this, I've been working for this company, I've been going after this and that. After that we decide what is the best meditation technique for you. Now nowadays what happens is like a broad spectrum antibiotic. We give Anapanasati for everybody. That's actually a broad spectrum meditation. You know, it can kill all the defilements. Okay? But it might not be suitable initially, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. Because Buddhism has been there for 2,600 years. This has been time tested. So we have to follow a certain set of rules if we want to take benefits out of this. So there are a lot of masters emerging, a lot of meditation techniques emerging. So we can try them out, but outcomes, results, I don't know. So, but if we follow the technique, the prescribed method, I think results are not far away. So where were we? I was talking about the faithful characteristic, the faithful personality or faithful temperament. The other one is intelligent temperament. Those people who think they are knowledgeable, intelligent. Again, that's another set of people that we meet. What is the last one? Speculative. When you say speculative, what does it mean? I will give the Pali term vitakka. Vitakka charita. Okay, what's the Pali term for? Greedy personality. Raga charita. Dvesa charita. Moha charita. What's the fourth one that I wrote? Shraddha charita. Buddhi charita. Vitakka charita. Vitakka means you are always questioning, you know, whether this is right, whether this is wrong. How can I do this? How can I do that? Have you come across that kind of personalities in your life? Yes? If you say something, there will be always a counter question or a comment. Something like that, yes? These things are always within us. We are not free from this. We are talking about ourselves actually. So, you get to know what your personality type is. So according to that, you need to choose a meditation technique. But like I said, in every meditation retreat, we have a set of meditations that will cover all personalities. What are those meditation techniques? What are the 4 protective meditations that we do every Theravada retreat? Buddhanusati, recollection of the qualities of the Buddha. But for Westerners, it might be difficult in the early stage because they don't know completely about Buddha. Second one is Metta Bhavana. Third one is, Metta is meditation on loving kindness. Third one is Anapanasati. No, Anapanasati is not there. Maranasati. Did I give you 4? If the Asubha, I told you Asubha, the 32 parts of the body, you have to contemplate. After doing 4 meditations, at least for 5-10 minutes, we go to the major meditation object. Now we have to question ourselves, are we doing that? We directly go into Anapanasati, it's okay, but especially for white people, Westerners, you need to adopt these other prescribed meditation techniques in the beginning of your major sitting, so that will be helpful. Even if you go for a major meditation retreat, if you cannot progress in Anapanasati, you will come back to step number 1. You will be asked to do loving kindness meditation for some time, then try Anapanasati. But if you have skillfully developed these in everyday practice, you go to a major meditation retreat, you can get results very soon. Okay. Now I'm going to give you 5 meditation techniques given by Lord Buddha. There was one time a monk came to Lord Buddha and asked, Bhante, please give us a teaching, please give us a meditation technique that can help us to gain enlightenment when we are sick as well as when we are free of diseases. That means when we are healthy and during the time that we are not healthy. Because between these two, our lives, we sometimes get sick and other times we are healthy. But whether we are sick or not, we have to practice to get enlightenment. But there are certain meditation techniques you cannot do when you are sick. So Buddha gave 5 meditation techniques that you can practice if you want to get enlightened, even at your deathbed, even at your hospital bed, or if you are bedridden, if you are healthy, in a daily practice, you can adopt these 5 meditation techniques. His first advice was, Kaye Kayanu Pasi Viharati. Where does Kaye Kayanu Pasi Viharati comes? First of all, in English. Did you understand my term? You be mindful of your body. This comes in the 4 foundations of mindfulness sutta. When you say you be aware of your body, there are 6 ways that you can be aware of your body. Yes, the other day I was telling at my Sunday talk. You even wrote down, I remember. Now you have to repeat them. Okay? What is, when you say, how can you be mindful of your body? First one, Anapanasati. What is Anapanasati? The breath meditation. So if you are doing the breath meditation properly, that means you are being aware of your body. So Buddha is giving this, even if you are sick or even if you are healthy, you do Anapanasati. In other way, you call be mindful of your body. That means there's a one meditation technique that belongs to Kaya Kayanupasi Viharati. What is the second one? No, I'm talking about Kaya Kayanupasi. I'm talking about the 6 ways that you can be aware of your body according to Buddhism. Second one is walking meditation. Yes. What is the term for that? Postural meditation. There are 4 postures in Buddhism. What is that? Sitting, standing, walking, and lying. Okay? Lying in the sense, lying down, not verbally lying. Okay? So, lying are the 4 postures that you can be aware of. What is the third one? Sati, Sampajanya, clear comprehension. When you say clear comprehension means, you first start doing walking meditation, you slowly develop your awareness into all other activities in life. Going forward, coming backwards, sitting, standing, washing, sleeping, whatever you decide to do, you do with clear consciousness, clear comprehension. That is called clear comprehension meditation. The Pali term is Sati Sampajanya. What is the third one? No, I already told the third one. Yes, what is the fourth one? 4 elements meditation. What are the 4 elements that we have to contemplate on? The earth element, fire element, water element, fluidity, and air element. So these all meditation techniques are well described. I'm just going through what are the things that we have. If somebody comes to you and say, how do you reflect on your body? These are the 6 ways that you can do. And repulsiveness of body. How many parts we go through? 32. And what is the last one? Navasivatika, the charnel ground, contemplation. Those are also bodies, dead bodies. How many bodies do we have? 10 described in Visuddhimagga, 9 described in the suttas. So these are different stages of decaying bodies. When you say body, we should be aware of the samiññānika, means conscious body, and also the unconscious body. So when we do unconscious meditation, that means the 9 bodies we have to reflect. Hardly we go to a funeral, hardly we go to a charnel ground. Now we cannot find bodies like that anywhere in the world. But in Sri Lanka, on and off, there will be monks in the forest who would ask a body to be brought to the monastery, and they keep it on a particular place and concentrate on that. They do meditation like that. But you don't have to wait for somebody to die and bring it home to rot in your house if you can do the other 5 meditations properly. Do you understand? When a point comes to, when you come to a certain level of your meditation that you might not want to think about death, you might need to do the charnel ground meditations. So these are the 6 techniques when you say, I am contemplating on my body. Okay, that is one technique. Kaya kayanupassi viharati. The second one is what? Yeah, you don't know, sorry. Sabba sankharesu anicca sanya. You have to always remember and contemplate all conditioned things are impermanent. They are bound to arise, change, and pass away. All sankharas are impermanent. Third one, sabba loke anabhirata sanya. The third meditation technique when you are sick, and even if you are not sick, is that you always keep reminding yourself, even if we do dana, sila, bhavana, we go to heaven, we go to Brahma world, the nature of suffering exists wherever we go within the 31 planes of existence. Do you understand my point here? Some people, give up getting enlightened within this lifetime. They want to go to heaven and stay there for some time and come back during the time of Lord Maitreya. But Buddha says, wherever you go, it's like going to Bali, Bangkok, Phuket, you come back, you are never satisfied. Because the suffering exists in each and every plane. I don't have time. I will explain how suffering exists in these 3 levels. Human world, Deva world, Brahma world, how suffering exists on a later day. I don't have to explain the suffering nature of where? The lower planes. That's why it's called hell. Sabba sankharesu anicca sanya, sabba loke anabhirata sanya, ahare particular sanya. What does it mean, ahare particular sanya? You be mindful of the repulsiveness of food. Because when you are sick, you might get attached to a certain type of food. Even if you are not sick, we are always attached to our... What is the thing that we do? Like, other than breathing, we eat. Yes? Breathing and eating and sleeping. Yeah, talking, yeah. Talking also, yeah. But unfortunately, there is no meditation technique for talking other than following noble silence is the only technique. Okay, the last one is marananusati. You be mindfulness about death. Now I don't have to tell you why these 5 meditation techniques are important for a sick person. Because for a dying person, or when you are going through sickness, you are attached to your body. And you might think, oh, I am dying, I am getting sick, I want to go to Deva world, I might go to hell. Then some people will not understand the impermanence nature of life. So these 5 meditation techniques will cover all areas that you might be thinking while you are sick. And it also covers everything even if you are not sick. Now, you need to adopt these 5 meditation techniques other than Anapanasati. Anapanasati belongs to being mindful about your body, isn't it? So now we are going to do meditation for around 30-40 minutes. After that, there will be questions and answers session. Those who are here for the first time, you must understand the immediate the purpose of our meditation in the first place should be to relax your body and your mind. So you need to concentrate. You can relax your body without an effort. You can. I'm not asking you to sit on a posture like a expert yogi, but if you want to be comfortable, there are chairs. Please make yourself comfortable. That is within our reach. You don't have to make much effort to have a comfortable body. The only important thing is you keep your spine and neck erect, straight, allowing easy breathing. That's the most important thing. So do whatever you can within your reach to relax your body. Those are the things that are easy to do. The second thing is that we need to relax or concentrate our mind. That is the hard part to do, and that's called meditation. Mind cultivation, training our mind. So do what you can with your body. Go into the most comfortable posture that you can be, remembering that keeping your spine and chin erect, allowing easy breathing. And I'm going to teach you the Anapanasati technique. But if you have been meditating for some time with your own technique, please do that right now. For those who are here for the first time, go scan through your body. Understand there's tension. If there's tension in your knees, if there's tension in your thighs, if there's tension in your shoulders, progressively relax your muscles. There's another meditation technique called progressive muscle relaxation. I'm not talking about that. First 15 minutes is going to be easy, but after first 15 minutes, body pains, aches, numbness will come. Keep your attention to the point where your breath might be touching. Identify. If you cannot identify your breath in the initial stages, breathe in, breathe out forcefully, not more than 3-4 times. Then you are going to go into a natural breathing. You are not going to force anything here. Just breathe. Relax your body and just breathe. And there should be a point, there should be a place where your breath is touching, your breath is touching. Usually it's described as the nostril or the upper lip. Look at that place where it's touching and see it through your mind. You are not going to look it from your eyes. If you are going to look it from your eyes, you will get a headache within the next 10 minutes. Just be aware of the place of touch. If children cannot understand to look at this point, you imagine there's a security guard in front of your nostrils watching your breath. You're always watching your breath coming in and going out. Okay. Is this on? Yes. Can you hear me? Yes. Because after meditation, I don't know what will happen to you. Some people go completely blank. I ask questions, they cannot remember what happened before 30 minutes before. Okay, let's quickly summarize. I told there are 40 meditation techniques in Buddhism. Although most of us, we are stuck with Anapanasati and loving kindness and breathing meditation. These 40 meditations can be divided into 2. According to your preference, it can be taken into concentration and it can be taken into insight meditation. When you talk about samatha or concentration meditation, it gives you concentration, which will help you in realizing Dhamma if you put your attention into vipassana through concentration. And if you use insight meditation, ultimately it will give you wisdom. But out of these 40 meditation techniques, Which one for which depends on your personality trait. Get to know yourself. You are the other people cannot tell you you are what you are, but you know what you are. How much greed do I have in me, within me? Lust, anger, you know your weaknesses. The idea when you are taking a meditation object, the idea is to take a meditation object that goes against your weakness. You understand? Where lies your mistake, there lies your problem. Okay, so the idea is to take up a meditation technique that goes against your weaknesses. Then, out of these 40 meditation techniques, I explained Anapanasati is the mother of all meditation techniques, which can help you realize Dhamma and cut your defilements very easily if you are skillful in Anapanasati. It's like a broad spectrum antibiotic, I said. Until the results come, you send your blood to find out which infection you are going through. You can take a broad spectrum antibiotic. That's what doctors do. But slowly you will get to know your weaknesses while you are doing Anapanasati. Then you can go to a meditation master and ask for a particular specific meditation technique that you have to follow. Serious yogis, they have a timetable. Recently there was a Sri Lankan man coming to me at Dhammasana and told, Bhante, this is my timetable for the day. When I get into the train to go to the city, I contemplate on the Four Noble Truths. When I go to my office, I do my work, I'm not doing anything. On the way back, I do this, that. So adopt a system like that, that you are always thinking or practicing Dhamma 24/7. Then, finally, I gave 5 meditation techniques that will help you in sickness and health. Yes, when do we usually use the term sickness and health? When you're getting married to, yes. You can get married to these 5 meditation objects. No harm, I am there to marry you. Okay, so get married to these meditation techniques and use them for your benefit. There are a lot of other techniques that we can talk in the future. So I am concluding with my talk. The next Thursday, before I leave, I would like you to give you a teaching on walking meditation. For that, I have a special video. So if you are not against it, I can come with it and I play it for the first 30 minutes. Then we can go into meditation. After that, we can have a Q&A session. Is that okay? Come up with a video, or should I be talking? Or I think it's very helpful, because most of the time I go for retreats, I see other monks coming to Australia and doing retreats, but when they ask them to do walking meditation, just people, walk from this end to that end. That's it. But there's a way you should be doing this. That's why I want to show how to do this. When you have gone through these instructions, first one is that when you see another person walking, you know that those people are not doing walking meditation. They are just cheating their master and cheating themselves. So you can directly say that person is not doing. When you get to know the techniques, the second thing is you cannot cheat yourself. Then you will know you are cheating. I am not doing it properly. When you know the proper technique. So to give those techniques, I will show that video it's a 60-minute video session that I have taken from Myanmar in English. I will play the 30 minutes because that's the most important thing. After the 30 minutes, it will give you an introduction into clear comprehension, how you move your concentration to everything that you do. When you say Iriyapata, when you say postural meditation, it's only for the 4 postures that I explained: walking, sitting, lying and standing. Standing, yes. Okay. So that's it. Any questions? Yes.
When you're meditating on the breath,
yes,
you were saying don't see it with your eye, but see it with your mind.
Yes.
Does that mean you are still visualizing it?
No. There's no way. There will be a point in the future when you develop good concentration. Along with your breath, there will be a color coming. I'm not talking about the nimitta here. There, you can visualize breath when you develop concentration. It can be a green color light, it can be a red color light. You can see breaking up the particles. I'm not talking about that. You cannot visualize your breath. You just be aware of the place it touches. How can you visualize breath?
No, I mean, are you visualizing where it is connecting?
No.
Where it's touching?
Just no. You are aware it's going to touch on the nostrils, but you are not practically, coming up with a picture in your mind. Okay, this is breath touching my nose. No, just you go along with your breath. There are 16 features into breathing meditation according to Anapanasati Sutta that will go along the Vipassana path. But this is pure concentration. Anapanasati is totally to give attention to one particular place. This technique is emphasized at Paok Toya, the Paok Meditation Center in Myanmar. So I'm giving you that technique, that particular technique. It will give you quick concentration. But if you talk about Anapanasati Sutta, where Buddha explains 16 ways that you can practice Anapanasati, that is more inclined towards inside meditation. You go along your breath, you be mindful about short breaths, long breaths, sabba sankaresu, like the sabbakaya patisangvedi, you recognize your breath with the whole body. That's something different. But try to understand what I'm saying here. We are going to deflate a balloon here. We are going to deflate the mind that's going everywhere. So once it deflated, it should come to your nostril. Or wherever. There are 7 places you can recognize your breath. There are 7 places. But initially we ask, because I cannot ask you to, look at your throat. I cannot ask you to look at your abdomen. But when you gradually practice, you will identify 7 places where your breath might be touching. First one is the nostril. Second one is the upper lip. Third one is the throat. Fourth one is the chest. Fifth one is the abdomen. Sixth one is your forehead. And the 7th one is within your head. So these are the 7 places you might find your breath. So if it is more prominent below your chest, if it is more prominent in your abdomen, chesty area, I am not saying I recommend. What I am saying is, for those people, it will be easy if you go into insight meditation that is described by Venerable Mahasi Sayadaw. So like there's a argument between this, like when did Buddha say that to look at your tummy? There's no sutta saying that you should be concentrating on your tummy, expanding differently. But within the Iriyapata, within the postural meditation, it says any movement within your body, if you can keep your mind to that, that's going to be Kayanupassana. So what's wrong with keeping your mind to your, if you can, if you cannot, for those people who are finding it difficult to concentrate on your breath, it's okay. If they can feel their tummy, that's okay. There's no harm. Did I answer your question? Not fully, yes. So the only, I want to make it clear, when you say not to look from your eyes, some people just, they are too concentrated. They look at the breath from their eyes. Their eyes are inside, in the middle. So those people will complain a headache. So we want to make it clear not to look physically. Nothing. You cannot look at the breath physically. Breath and the nostril comes under Rupa Dhamma. It comes under physical aspects. Rupa. Rupa is Nama, Rupa, mind and matter. The breath and the nostril is matter. But awareness of breath is mind. That's how you differentiate the mind and matter here. But this is not for the initial stages. You are not going to contemplate like that. Just to be aware of the place where it touches. I'm just being aware. I'm not looking at it. I'm not having a secondary thought that I'm looking at a nostril. The primary thought itself is, I'm being aware of the breath.
So personally I find it difficult to be aware of the breath, like if it's the upper lip, for example, without my mind visualizing it.
Yes. Okay. For you, let's say, don't Forget everything. Forget everything. Just try to breathe. Just close your eyes and try to breathe. You're not thinking anything. You're not visualizing. You're not focusing your attention to your nostril, or you're not focusing your attention to upper lip. Just breathe. You should be breathing, no, one way or another. So, take some time, 5 to 10 minutes, and just come to an understanding. How do I know that I am breathing? How are you aware that you are breathing? This awareness should come from a place where it touches you. If somebody is not touching you, you are not feeling that person is touching you. It's the same goes with breathing. If you don't know that breath is touching at a certain point, you don't know. But the thing is, some people feel that they are breathing because of their lungs expansion, because of their tummy, or something that changes their body structure. So, if it is prominent for you, keep your attention there. But it's very difficult, other than the upper head or the places that I have said. It is said that at least you need to meditate for 7 hours a day to identify a clear position where it touches the breath. But I know nobody of you are going to do 7 hours a day. You will be working, not meditating. Yes. So, initially these things will come. For a regular practitioner, these things will come. Just sit down. Nothing, forget everything. Just come to an awareness. How do I know I am breathing? So it might be touching here, inside. Keep your attention there. The same way, I'm not asking you like turning a baby inside the tummy. You bring your attention to the tip of your nose. You cannot do that. You have to come to a natural point where you will feel this. Feeling is the very important thing here. Because we are trying to concentrate on something. Yeah.
Feeling without visualizing.
Yes, that's the thing. Feeling without visualization. Because there is no term in Pali explaining visualization. That's the problem. I cannot use any term that is not described. Especially when this thing is being recorded, you know. Yes.
Is it something like when you're walking,
yes.
you know your left foot is in front.
Yes.
You don't look at your feet, but you know that it is in front.
Yes, exactly. Yes, something like that. Something like that. But I don't know whether it's a good example. But yeah, you are aware. Just you are aware of what you are doing. You are being aware of your breathing now. But that breathing, you are concentrating on your breathing without visualizing it.
Yeah, I find it difficult to
grasp the concept, yes.
Of awareness without
yes.
something in your mind conjuring up that awareness.
Yes, that is when you come to a fully understanding this will become a breakthrough for you, because then you will clearly understand the mind and matter, how it's going to work within you. So just sit down and breathe. You're not going to forcefully breathe. Automatically this is reflexive. So you breathe. This you come to know, how am I breathing now? Then you will understand a point in your nose or in the windpipe or in your body where the breath is more prominent. So now, without thinking that I am breathing, you keep your mind focused on that particular place.
It's a problem when you focus on something that's got a visual aspect to it. The word focus
Yes.
has a visual aspect.
Take that notion as a thought. You are thinking now, when there is a focusing aspect and that comes as a thought in you, that is called a vitakka. Now I have a thought like this. That might be a wrong notion, that might be the right notion. Get rid of notions. Forget it. Try to be concentrated. Now then again, don't think a concentration is another notion. Then a whole chain of thoughts might come to you. Vitakka is part of jhana also, vitakka vichara, which can be explained when you go into jhana. Yes, any other question?
Relaxation and concentration is the same?
No.
Some people are saying that when you are doing the breathing meditation,
Yes.
it's totally depending on relaxation.
Yeah. To have a relaxed body and mind is... I'm
Concentrate your breathing.
sorry, I'm putting my... yes.
Okay. relax your total body.
Yes. The problem is, with a tense body, can you wholeheartedly relax? If you are going through a continuous headache, can you meditate? That is understandable. Okay, relaxation of the body is very important. There is a limit to our relaxation when we are not meditating. So we make sure that there are no pressure points, you totally be relaxed. Okay? But when it comes to the guidelines, it's important that we keep our spine erect, because that's a major must, and chin erect, not for anything else, that we don't want any crooked postures that will hinder your natural breathing process. It should go to the very end of your lungs. So that's why we keep our spine erect. So you know that physically you are not distressed. You are completely relaxed in that way. But relaxation is not equal to concentration. Concentration is something else. Concentration is samadhi. Yes, samadhi can be two. It can be access concentration, and what is the other one? Momentary concentration comes when you are doing inside meditation. We call it kanika samadhi. But this is access concentration and peripheral upachara samadhi. These are the two types of concentration once you establish your concentration.
In the beginning, if you can't find out the exact point,
Yes.
then just think about
Don't use the term think. We are not thinking anything. We are just being aware of a natural process. We are not putting an effort to find the place, rather than we are putting an effort to be aware of it. So when we go to our masters, they say if you cannot find the place, you try to do something about it. You twitch, and you make clear your nostrils and find a place where you can feel it.
beginning of the
Yeah.
as a beginner,
Yes.
you can't concentrate and you can't find the exact point.
Yes.
Start,
There's also an instruction. Yes.
then you can concentrate when you are getting the breath inside, when you are getting the breath out. Is it the correct as a beginner?
Yes. If you cannot find a particular place, let's say, okay, your breath is not touching anywhere, but still you are aware that you are breathing. In breath, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to up to 8 you can go according to Kamathana, according to Dhamma. Then exhale also 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good technique. But then again, it's not recommended for it's recommended. It's there in Dhamma, but I have personally not received from any superior monk to do that. For a beginner, it might be okay. Okay? Any other questions? Children can meditate only for 10-15 minutes. Don't go beyond that. Yes, otherwise this can be a very unpleasant experience for you. No questions?
Talk about posture and neck. Is critical where your hands are, or
Usually we keep hands like this. There's left over right. Yeah, like that. But even if you find it, if your shoulders are aching, it's not a must. Okay. Yes?
Thanks for the talk today.
Okay, you're welcome.
When I'm meditating, I'd like to talk about how you said there's 6 different personalities.
Yes.
And
Basic 6, but we are a combination of it.
yeah, so I could relate to all of them, but when I'm actually meditating, I feel like I have mostly greed and skepticism.
Yes. Now, when you are meditating, you should not be going through your personality in the first place. You should be identifying your personality traits while you are not meditating in your daily life. Okay, when you are meditating, you should be meditating, not thinking about what kind of a person I am, what I have been. You can sit down. Of course, you need to sit down and think about yourself. But when you go into proper meditation, we are not going to sit down and think, what am I, what I have been all this time. But on a daily basis, when you are going to work, when you are associating with your friends, when you are keeping relationships, try to identify what's the weakness within me. Am I addicted to certain thing? Am I addicted to coffee? Am I addicted to other things? Why am I getting so angry all the time? These things you have to identify. Then, if you are a spiritual person, you might think, okay, I have enormous faith in Jesus Christ. I have enormous faith in Lord Buddha. I am so spiritual. This is a faithful character. And if you think, okay, I know what I am doing. Okay, I know what I am doing. Okay, Hare Krishna is the way for me. Things like that will come to you. That's called, if you think you know, these personalities exist. So try to find out what you are. Then you might be ticking all the 6 boxes saying that, no, I'm asking you to find what's more prominent, what comes out of you the most that other people might not be seeing within you. We know what we are within, deep inside. We know whether we are criminals, whether we are saints, whether we are pedophiles, whether we are sex addicts, or whatever the thing that is within us, we know, but we don't reveal. So you have to find out for yourself what have I been fantasizing most of the time, you know? Okay.
Could you run through one example for each personality? One example of a meditation?
Okay. When I say, do I have to explain a greedy personality? No. Yeah.
What the meditation would be for a greedy personality?
For greedy personality, we do Anapanasati, because greediness, what is the combination that I use for greediness and? Greediness and faith. Greediness and faith. They are a parallel combination. For a greedy person, first of all, you can practice charity. But Anapanasati is given to balance out your greediness. If your greed is more connected with lust, if you have thoughts of lust coming to you all the time, we give things like 32 parts of the body, Asubha, the repulsiveness of body meditation, and you can do the Navasivatika, the charnel ground meditations, but it's not practically in Australia. But still there are a lot of videos, lot of clips taken from autopsies, hospitals that are being circulated around Buddhists. I have a big collection if you are really interested in doing that. So you can go through them and contemplate on them. And yes, what is the other one? Hatred. When you are hateful, you need to calm down, relax. What is the technique? Everybody knows. Metta meditation. That's why most of the people, not that they are compassionate, not that they are very loving, kindful, because to get rid of their anger, they adopt that. Yes. So Mahayana techniques are more powerful when it comes to bodhicitta, or arousing that compassionate feeling within yourself. But as a Theravada monk, I cannot give you those techniques because I have no authority in giving them. I have gone through those techniques in the Himalayas. Yes. And what is the other one? No, delusional. Delusional, when you are deluded, you have no confidence. Then we give them a recollection of Buddha qualities, Dhamma qualities, Sangha, Buddha Dhamma, Sangha, Buddha Anusati, Dhamma Anusati, Sangha Anusati, recollection. Those are details. There are 10 Anusati Bhavanas. Among those 10, there is Anapanasati also. All other 9 Anusati Bhavanas cannot get you into jhana. They will only get you into upachara. You will not have full concentration, but you will have access, the peripheral concentration. Access concentration, but not the absorption concentration. And what else? Others are combinations. The lesser 3 are combined with the first, so you can adopt the same meditation techniques. For a faithful one, when there's too much faith, what is the weakness that we find? There's no wisdom. So the for people who has good faith, there's no point. I'm not saying they don't need to do things like Buddhanusati, so they can balance their faith with concentration. So they can again do Anapanasati, and with a Buddhi Charita, it goes with the Dvesha Charita, when you are like when you are so knowledgeable, when you think that you know, anger always anger is always parallel, and you can do again Metta Bhavana. And what is the last one? Vitakka, agitated mind, speculative character. That's ideal one would be Anapanasati for Vitakka Charita. Yes.
So it's when you talk about a faithful person,
Yes.
That's saying they have too much faith.
They have too much faith.
So we're talking there, the problem with that is faith, believing without thinking.
Indeed.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Faith without thinking, you come into wrong conclusions. Yes. You don't completely, you become a false believer, you know. We talked about faith the other day on Sunday. We have two types of faith in Buddhism. One is baseless faith and the other one is analytical faith. We gave a name for the baseless faith. What is that? Amulika Saddha. Analytical faith is Akaravati Shraddha. So baseless faith is like, you know, you see a monk with ragged robes and, you know, thinking that, okay, he's keeping good sila, okay, he has not taken a bath for so many months, and oh, what a wonderful monk. But he might be doing, he might go, you cannot decide from looking from outside. But you come, observe that person, go through his past and get to know the people that who knows him, and if you say, okay, we can recommend you this, then you come, you analyze it, you come to an analytical understanding. That's called Akaravati Shraddha, analytical faith. So we should be always analyzing things and coming to terms. Anything else, please? Yes?
So is faith in itself not a good thing? Or
no, you should have to... No.
Too much faith is not a good thing?
Too much. Faith not balanced into other aspects of practice is not a good thing. You have to have faith. Without faith, you are not going to go anywhere. If you are not faithful... Buddha directly says, without being spiritual, a human being cannot be impossible. You have to have some kind of faith. When you are having faith, you have to make sure that falls within the right way, sammaditi. View is very important. So there are a lot of people I've seen, they are too faithful, you know. Even if you see a Buddha statue in the road, they might stop the vehicle and bow down and carry on. That's too much, and that will not help, you know. Faith alone cannot help. Faith is good. I'm not saying for other religions, when you have enormous faith, maybe you can sit down and pray, but for practice, too much faith will not, the problem is you cannot balance mindfulness, effort and things like that with too much faith. There are two incidents in the Tipitaka, the Vakkali and Sona, two monks who didn't balance these things. I will not now, because I remember the stories, but if I am prepared for this, I will come up with them later on, how they didn't balance it and what were their problems. Namely, if you want to Google them, Vakkali and Sona. Okay. Anything else? Practical things? Yes.
Whenever I meditate at night, I get...
Night in the, what is the time that you are doing it?
Oh, just any time in the evening.
Evening, yes.
And I get very sleepy.
Very sleepy. Yes, the evening is the time we usually sleep, isn't it? So, I'm not saying, okay, carry on.
I was just going to say, so do you have particular strategies to stay awake? Because I can tell, I'm just going kind of sleep.
Yes. Now, this is a common problem. This belongs to the 5 hindrances that will be there with us until we reach full enlightenment. So don't, although we identify sleepiness as a hindrance, but you should not get disappointed with it, because it's going to be there all throughout the way. But get to know, some people, go into meditation thinking that they will fall asleep after taking a coffee. But then your mind will be very agitated, Sometimes you get to hear your heart beating when you are meditating because of too much coffee. You get restlessness. Even the chief disciple of Lord Buddha, Venerable Moggallana, he fell asleep. So Buddha gave 8 techniques to overcome sleepiness. But I don't know to what extent you will be able to apply them, because you are not a full-time practitioner. So the idea is, now you know that you are going to sleep, when you are meditating. So do everything in your within your reach that you will not go into sleep, because there is no forcefully you cannot throw away laziness. It will be there, because concentration, meditation likes. In the book, it directly says concentration likes to be sleepy. If you like to be concentrated, concentration is also it also overpowers laziness. Laziness is overpowered by concentration. The 8 techniques would be, let me see, when I fall asleep, I fall asleep. I don't go through these techniques, okay? Because that's the last instruction. That's the last instruction in those 8 things. If you cannot overcome your sleepiness, you just go to sleep. Okay. So I go from number 1 to 8 directly. Okay. So the first one is, you remember, when you are lazy, you try to recall any Dhamma that was said by Buddha. Okay. Second one, you try to through memory you try to get to know that you are sleepy. But if none of these things are working, because we when yogis come to us, we directly bypass these first few things, and you visualize a lamp. You look into a light, and you take that aloka nimitta, the light nimitta, into you, and you keep concentrating on that. If it is not going to work, you stand up, do walking meditation a little bit. You sit down again. If it is not going to work, you rub your fingers, legs, refresh yourself, come back to meditation. If none of these things are working, 15-minute nap, which usually ends up for 4-5 hours, maybe the morning. Okay. Anyways, so these are the 8. I will come up with those 8 things properly, because I was not prepared for it. When yogis come to us, we ask, we just, because we know when you are sick, it's very difficult to go through a certain set of Dhamma that Buddha told, but we directly ask to look at a lamp or take a aloka sanya and try to concentrate it. If it is not working out, rub and wash your face, and aloka sanya, stand up and walk, and if none of this working, that means you are going through like a narcolepsy or something like that, then you take a nap.